Happy Pride!
Happy Pride! How are you, Sam?
I'm doing pretty well, Dura. How are you?
I have been partying all month long.
Yeah, you have.
It's important. We both got vaccinated, and the city is doing great. So why not? So welcome back to Timpanelli 2 concert series. Tonight we will be having writers who identified as LGBTQIA individuals. Who are they?
Tonight we will be featuring Keurim Hur and Gianni Onori, Aaron Michael Fink, and Jonathan Keebler and Ryan Korell.
They are all lovely people
and fabulous writers.
I know, and they're in their writer, and their writing is so good, and the material is fabulous. I cannot wait to show the materials to you guys. So why don't we just jump to their interviews and let them talk to you guys?
Yeah, let's head over to those interviews.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Hi, everyone. We're so happy today to have Keurim Hur and Gianni Onori to talk to us. How are you doing?
Great, thank you.
All good here, thanks.
We're so happy to have you on the show. Can you tell us about yourselves?
Sure. So yeah, I'm Gianni. I am originally from Scotland, and then was in London for a bit when I first started writing musicals, and then went to NYU, the graduate musical theatre writing program, to do my master's alongside many others, and that's where I met Casey. I'm now living between Rome in Italy and Edinburgh in Scotland, bunkering down here throughout COVID for now though.
And I'm Keurim. I'm from Seoul, South Korea, which is where I am right now. I grew up mostly in Massachusetts. I went to school in America. I went to NYU where I met Gianni, and we wrote our show, and now here we are.
That sounds wonderful. So my question is, now that you two are in different time zones, so how is your collaboration going?
A lot of emails.
Mhm.
A lot of emails, a lot of Google Drive and Dropbox, and thank God for the internet, which is something I don't often say. But because most of my collaborators I met at NYU, and they're mostly in New York or various other places in America, I've gotten very used to doing virtual collaborations. So it's sort of been par for the course for me, at least.
I'm the exact same. I have no collaborators in the same time zone. And I think actually there's something, there's a bit of a blessing with virtual collaboration. I found that myself and my collaborators have actually become better collaborators using Zoom or Facebook Messenger or whatever. And so yeah, now Casey and Keurim and I are at that stage where it's just random Google Drive thoughts and feelings as we go along. And now we're talking about expanding what you're going to hear today.
Yeah, that's super cool. So speaking about, what we're going to hear today, why did you choose to explore the story of Rapunzel?
I think it was Keurim's idea initially, and I was really for it. I mean, personally, at that point, we did this as part of one of our first year assignments together. And as a composer moving through the course, I was keen to try lots of different types of musical styles. And I'd kind of gotten to the point where I was ready to try something, I don't know, kind of folky and magical, which it might not come across as that whatsoever, but this was my interpretation of what folky and magical was. And Keurim was happy to support my decision with that kind of musical styling paired with the idea of Rapunzel and retelling it.
Super gay.
All right, then. So we are so excited to hear songs from Rapunzel. So what if we want to hear more about your work? Where can we find your stuff online?
All my socials are very boring because I'm not creative. It's just my name. On Instagram and Twitter, I have a SoundCloud, but it's private because I am shy. But his is not, and it's great. So go there instead.
it's not crazy interesting. I mean, my stuff, if you're looking for Instagram, it's just at Gianni Onori. The spelling of my name, I'm sure, will be somewhere in the video link somewhere. And then my website is gianni-onori.com, where you'll find more of mine and Keurim's work on the music page.
Well, I will certainly be checking those out afterward. And let's get to your songs tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Mother, yes, I will do as you say. Mother, yes, I will do as you do. But mother, please, won't there come a day when by a slight degree we could be something new? A quiet, cozy cottage in a quiet, cozy wood can make a girl feel pretty cozy, as a quiet homestead should. But cozy might get stifling, and I might want to scream, because everything's so perfect, and I can't escape this dream. A still unrippled river, by a still unblinking deer, may paint a pretty still life, for a life lived with no fear. But still I wonder, what's the point if coddled from your birth? Everything's so perfect, and so nothing has real worth. Please go on forever, the river can't dry. The land that it can fall, please run so fast that they might fly. This life in the forest is a secret that you knew. Everything I'm taught to know begins and ends with you. Your love is eternal, your arms vast and boundless. Without your whispers in my ear, the world is cold and soundless. What is there beyond me? What is there beside you? I know that you love me, and I know your love is good. I know your love will keep me safe when darkness turns to wood. But how will I know what to do if darkness comes too fast? Life with you is perfect, and perfect cannot last. What happens when it's past? I have a bed much like this, in a room much like this, but bigger and brighter and bare. My mother's perhaps a bit older than yours, but smaller and taller and fair. My brother's the oldest, my sister's all charming, and I'm the goose, my manners alarming. I never quite know what to do. I could breathe and be considered rude. Cause life's not the life for me, when all I want's to run far and free. The city's got buildings as tall as your trees, the roads long as rivers but stone. People crowd round like mosquitoes in swamps. How am I so lonely when I'm never alone? They come from all over, they've longed for this day. Vacation in dreamland, all problems give way. Parties bore me, dances chill. Sporting games could never thrill. The city's not the place for me, but all I want's to run far and free. There's a river in town that runs straight to the sea, so deep and so wide and so blue. It's easy to think lost in infinite sky, but maybe your dreams may come true. You can sail anywhere, weather permitting, other lands to explore, chaperone unwitting. I think I could be anyone, just one more moment in the sun. The sea's the place I long to be. The sea's the place I'd like to see. The sea's the place for you and me, where we could finally breathe free. What wonders we'd be home, hold, out of woods of gold.
Hi, everybody. We are here with Aaron Michael Fink. Hi, Aaron. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing really well. How are you guys?
Doing pretty well. Thanks for asking.
Fabulous, fabulous. So, Aaron, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I am a Midwestern-based composer right now. I went to Wichita State University and I studied voice and theater. I currently have a couple of shows in the works. I've produced 2 shows of my own, and I live with my boyfriend and our cat. And yeah, I spend most of my time writing or thinking about writing and not focusing on what I'm supposed to.
I know what that's like. So it's Pride Month, and this is our Pride-themed concert. So, we wanted to know, what does Pride mean to you as a creator?
As a creator, Pride is the time in which I, as like a white cisgender male, can feel open about asking the questions and like doing the Google searches to find out the things that I just don't know and things that I was never taught. And I think it's really important to open up in Pride for all of those people and all of those ideas and the sources to where you can see what every person's individual experience is like. And we can see and learn and grow from each other in a safe space of our time.
Oh, that's really good answer. So Aaron, you are choosing to present some songs from two of your musical. The first one is You, the other one is In Love and In Law. So can you tell us a little bit more about like what's the similarities and differences between these two shows?
Yeah, so I'll start with the differences. You is written completely as a contemporary piece. It's a 90-minute one act. It takes place in modern times with two guys just living their lives. And then In Love and In Law is set in the 1920s, and it's completely classical age musical theater style, like think Cole Porter, that type of style for most of the music. And they really are completely different in attitude, in feeling, in the vibe. In Love and In Law is supposed to feel like a big musical, big ensemble, lots of stupid plot points that are just more fun, more things to enjoy. And then You is more about the interpersonal human relationships, makes you feel something, makes you think and want something. And together, their similarities, they're focused both on accepting people for who they are, no matter what the mental health of the person is, no matter what the sexuality, the gender, the preference, the identity of the human is. It's always about just taking anything of an experience and removing what we would put on as like girl meets boy, and putting human meets human, so that we can view authentic people in a way that we don't have to shift what the dialogue says. We don't have to change it or force it to be something that it wasn't written to be. This is written to be for anyone to be anything that they are. And they're very similar in the way that they follow the very straight musical theater, musical theater structure, and that they both present full scores composed through scores, and that they both kind of have happy endings. So
I love that, and what a great answer again. So before we get to your songs, if there's anywhere after the concert, is there anywhere after? I'm gonna start over. I love that, and I'm so excited to hear your songs tonight. After the concert, is there anywhere we can hear your songs?
Yeah, you can go on any social media platform, YouTube, anywhere, and just type in Aaron Michael Fink Composer, and it'll take you all to my pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. I mean, they're all there. So Aaron Michael Fink Composer.
Okay, Aaron Michael Fink Composer. So now let's get to the songs, okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Can be scary, the things that you don't know. The day you learn you're pregnant, a family starts to grow. And though I know we're lucky, our family is strong, I pray you never know the try to read. Think of the fish each time they feed. The same mediocrity from day to day. I ponder the world at large. Each ship and barge. The world rattles round in my brain. When I think of springtime, I think of the fall. I think in the meantime, I'll take it all. The things that I'm thinking while eating or drinking are only things I think about when I'm not thinking of you. You think I know flowers, but you don't know blooms. You'd hope I know rainbows. Can't smell those perfumes. I couldn't say which books I read. I have to flush the fish I feed. The only thoughts I'll ever need are of you. I couldn't tell you what I think when I don't think of you. 'Cause everything I think about is you. Cause everything I think about is you.
I'm always helpless. I never say the things I should. But if I could, I'd say the right thing. I'd calm his soul and ease his mind. I'd take the pressure and unwind it. I'm always helpless here. I never know what he is thinking or if he's needing me. Sometimes I wonder, when was the last time he was happy? Was it with me? When was the last time he was playful? When he was cheerful? Was hopeful? When was the last time I was playful? When was I cheerful? Was hopeful? How does a nurse with 2 degrees try to help but only freeze? When was the last time, the time we last were? When was the last time we were worth it? When was the last time, the time we last were? When was the last time this was worth it? Sometimes I ponder who we are, 2 different people under par. Sometimes I wonder if the times when we were children, if that's the last time we were happy. When was the last time we were worth it? When was the last time, the time we last were? When was the last time this was worth it? I'm always helpless. I never say the things I should. I never could. But there are choices, and there are people you stand by and wipe their eyes. It's not the last time. There will be good times if faith is kept and arms are open. When was the last time? The time we last were. When was the last time this was worth it? It's now.
Hello, everyone. We're so happy to have Ryan Korell and Jonathan Keebler here tonight. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We couldn't be more excited to be here.
Well, it's so great to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Sure. Ryan and I have been working together for it's been about 8 years now or something like that, almost nearing a decade. We met at the graduate musical theater writing program at NYU. We both moved to New York for that program, and then have continued to work together ever since, even as Ryan has gone on to move to a different city.
I'm in Chicago now, my home.
So, and I'm originally from Florida. Ryan's originally from Chicago. So, bringing a lot of different parts of the country together in our collaboration.
So in your submission to our contest series, you mentioned that all of your work, nearly all of your work centers around telling queer stories. So did you consciously make this choice, or is it more like intuition?
Sure, I can answer that. I think it comes for us from a place of, I think both of our approaches to writing are all about the stories that we wish we had, especially the stories we wish we had growing up and as teenagers, that we didn't see as much, or that we continue to not see as much today. And I think as gay men ourselves, it's really important to us to see our stories and the stories of the people in our community sort of reflected in the wider world. And I think we lean toward telling stories that allow us to make some contribution of that to the canon of musical theater.
That's so lovely. Yeah, I mean, it's so important to try and get more stories that include everyone and show the diversity of the world. So we're going to be hearing some songs from your show, Gay Card, and we heard that this show is being presented in Portuguese. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, it's sort of wild how it happened. This young man in Rio de Janeiro reached out to us in the fall, a number of months ago, because he, it was in the middle of the pandemic. There were a bunch of theater students that were looking for something to do, and they wanted to do the opening number from the show, which we don't sell online because it's kind of this big unwieldy thing. Not great for like a cabaret, but that's what they wanted to do. So they reached out, we made it work. They made this really awesome video. Like, it turned out really well, but it was in Portuguese, and which we were not expecting at all. And I mean, it was really great. And we were really impressed with what they did. And so I just sort of said, well, if you want to produce the show, let me know, just sort of as a joke. not even, I mean, I was serious, but, and they took us up on it. So, and it's been sort of a process, and we've got Thornhill theater productions involved now, which we, there's a lot of collaboration like between contemporarymusicaltheater.com and all these different really neat services and theaters these days during the pandemic. So it's been a really neat collaboration of people, but I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Awesome. Wow, that sounds very, very exciting. So where can we find your works online?
Sure. The best place to go is our websites, jonathankeebler.com for me, ryankorell.com for Ryan. We post all of our latest news and works there, and links to all of our social media there as well. And if anybody hears any of the work from Gay Card today and is interested in licensing their own production, gaycardmusical.com has all the information folks can get about that show, including the studio cast recording and all of the licensing information.
And you can listen to the cast recording on whatever music streaming service you use.
Well, that's super exciting, and I know what I'll be doing tonight. But without further ado, let's get to hear some of your songs right now.
I stood silent in a corner. I watched boys walk down the hall. Maybe one of them would look my way. I don't recall, 'cause I was lost in all my questions, and I felt so afraid to act. I swore I didn't want a thing from them. I did, in fact, but if I'd been out like you, I'd tell you there's so much I'd do. If I got the chance, I'd tell my fears to beat it. If I got the chance, you bet I'd look right back. One guy would grab my hand and we'd cut marching bands so we could make out near the track. And if I got the chance, I'd flirt with him in gym class. If I got the chance, I'd frickin' date him too. We would rule spring fling, be prom king and king. If I got the chance, like you. So spill, you must have done some flirting, plucked up some courage once or twice. Tell me, what's high school like when you are out?
It wasn't nice.
Okay, keep your dirty secrets.
There's none, rejection's all I got. But hey, it's long ago, I'm past it all.
Well, clearly not.
I did take lessons from that hell.
I've never learned my lessons well. If I got the chance, I'd say screw you, rejection. If I got the chance, I'd pick myself back up. My eyes would not be filled with tears when milk is spilled. I'd simply cheers a half-full cup. If I got the chance, I'd take my swing again. And if I blew that chance, I'd go and try anew. I dare to beat my drum, unfazed by what might come. If I got the chance, like you. So take the chance, ask the guy. You never know unless you try, but you'll regret what you didn't do. Hey, what's the worst that could happen to you?
He was everything I wanted. I was completely unaware that when you wear your heart upon your sleeve, it tends to tear. Last week of junior year I found him. I poured my feelings out that day. He looked disgusted by the thought of them, then walked away.
Guys can be awful, goodness knows. But that's not always how it goes. If you take a chance, the guy just might surprise you. If you take a chance, he might just throw a curve. He might have tried to say you make him feel some way, but never really found the nerve. Cause when he gets a chance, maybe he doesn't take it. When he gets a chance, although he says he would, maybe he's frankly not the cool guy that you thought.
Maybe what he's been through has left him frightened too.
But if he got the chance to be a big romance, he might just take a chance on you.
Yeah, if he got the chance.
All throughout high school, I sat in my bedroom, wishing to be someone else. Staring at Facebook and scrolling through pictures and wishing to be someone else. But this was my chance here, the thing that would change things and save me from who I was then. Yet here I am sitting and staring at Facebook and wishing to be someone else again. Here's a picture of a person that we knew from our hometown. It's his first night at a new school, and a whole lot's going down. He tries a shot of Smirnoff, strikes a pose, then someone chats his ear off, and no one knows. Back in high school, he was nothing. Now a new life's come along, and the way he's smiling shows what it feels like to belong. Every picture that I look at is a story much like his. People finding new beginnings, undeterred by how life is. Once posing like a model, so carefree. Once playing spin the bottle, why not me? They all fit in. What's their secret? Tell me, where have I gone wrong? Will I ever get to see what it feels like to belong? This is the guy who's gone his whole life, always feeling pushed off to the side. This is the guy who'd give all he's got to finally feel he can join in the ride. I want love, I want friends, and a story that ends with me bidding my old self goodbye and changing the kind of guy I am. To a person in a picture with a whole crowd by his side, we are laughing, we are dancing, and the world has opened wide, and without any warning, feeling sore, I'm staying out till morning. And what's more, I am my smiling face reveals what it feels like to be loved.
You've had your gay card taken away.
It feels like your life is over.
But I'm the internet blog that can help.
You're failing at being gay. Whoa.
You wanna go hide away. Wow.
You say, well, what can I do? That's the way things are.
But listen, I'm telling you, I can get you back on par. I'll spell it out for you.
Click that button and follow me.
Every hattie's gonna crawl at your feet.
On your login, your pass, your key.
You'll be someone they wanna meet when you're following me.
It's daunting, oh hell, I know.
Yeah.
Your fears are all apropos.
Yeah. Most people would have no shot. They'd be right to flee.
I should flee. But most people, my friend, you're not. 'Cause buddy, you've got me.
So I reiterate, click that button and follow me.
You'll book every night from here until May.
There's no charge and no ads, I'm free. Life's a game you get to play when you're following me.
Let me break it down now. There are many types of gay boys, and I say, boy, find that type you fit.
An airy twain.
Kinky bear.
I pinky swear it's out there.
I'll wise you up.
An otter that's hotter, perhaps a gay bro that's way more bro than the straight bro.
Isaiah.
There's a million different scenes for you to do, and among them you will find a gay card right for you. So click that button and follow me.
I finally find a way to belong.
Oh, don't debate it, just click agree.
I mean, really, I can't go wrong. When you're following me, I'll follow you. When you're following me, I'll follow you. Yeah, I'll follow you. When you're following me,
Thank you so much for tuning in to Tin Pan Alley 2.
Yeah. Next time, we'll be featuring 3 female identifying writers, and it will be in August.
In the meantime, and for more information, you can follow us on all social media.
Well, happy Pride. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
And have a great
Goodbye.
night.